Our next winner is Zaki Ameer. Now, he came to Australia from Sri Lanka at the age of 18, and now at 39, he's realising a big dream. Started his own investment company, Dream Design Properties. Zaki Ameer describes himself as a self-made millionaire, a real estate expert and a wealth development coach. He's negotiated more than 1,200 property deals for his clients and published a book, Dream It, Design It, Do It.
It's been 20 years since I came here as a student and working at a big four bank for the last, say, 12 years in finance and many other different areas. I realized that you had to do something different in order to get ahead. Different is you got to observe the other 99% and go, if this is where they're going to be in 40, 50 years, and that's what I realized when I was working in a bank, that there were people there in their 50s and they were okay, but they haven't achieved financial success or independence. And that's when I was introduced into real estate some 11, 12 years ago, when I had an accountant that told me that you can buy properties for approximately $150,000. I knew nothing about real estate. All I said was, will this make me money? And he said yes. I bought the property portfolio. The property is appreciated during that time. And I realized while I was working at the bank that I enjoyed helping myself and helping others. So I used to give tips and strategies to friends and family and co-workers, and they were coming to me for advice. And I go, here's something I can do on the side. And so I started this business called Dream Design Do, and now it's called Dream Design Property or DDP Property, in which I was giving advice to clients, basically saying, this is where you need to be buying in the current market, this is where you can get yield. And not only that, you want to have a network of people. It's the who you know, not what you know. So it's like going to the tax accountant. You can do your tax returns on yourselves or for yourself, or you can hire a professional accountant and hopefully he gets a better return for you.
So right now we're into a property correction. Is it all doom and gloom or we're going to come good again?
That's true. I mean, in 2019, there's a lot of media hype that the property market's going to drop or has dropped or significantly dropped. There were current affairs shows saying there might be a 40% drop in the Sydney market. And this is all part of an adjustment phase. We've had a period of growth in the eastern seaboard of Australia, with major capital cities doing really well. And the factors that pulled back the market were simply China's restriction of sending foreign exchange into countries like Australia, the governments and APRA putting restrictions on overseas lending, APRA coming in to reduce interest-only loans, which is what most investors use as a strategy to buy their next property. And also we've got the Royal Commission that's just been finalised. And the last thing left is really the elections in the next few months. So I see once the elections are done, that over time, that the market's just going to do its correction and rise back up. So if anything, it's a great time to be buying property right now because it's a buyer's market.
Among Zaki's satisfied investors is husband and wife team Jay and Susie Pierce.
Because it was much easier having Dream Design Property do all the hard work for us. We moved here from England a few years back with only $3,000 to our name. So once we started saving up and getting our permanent residency together, it was just so much easier to go through Dream Design Property.
Our experience with Zaki and DDP Property has been really positive. They've helped us all the way through. They've explained what we'd be expecting to be outlaying for money, the contracts, and also the forecast of how the properties are going to develop. They deal with everything aspect from legal to surveying to even helping with the brokers and organising the whole property.
So Zaki, all doom and gloom for you? You don't seem to have lost any confidence at all?
Well, it's just like challenges in anyone's lives. When I came here at 18 to do my university, I didn't know anyone in Australia. That was a huge challenge. Working at a major bank, that's a big challenge. Buying real estate, buying a significant amount of properties with a lot of debt in a very short period of time, that came with challenges. Starting a business itself is a challenge. So did it affect us? 100% it has affected us. But here at DDP Property, we're here for the long term.
What tips would you be giving prospective buyers?
Right now we'll be looking at areas between the Brisbane and Gold Coast corridor because there are good deals over there, good property investments with great yields where you can still get in with a 10% deposit of $35,000 approximately and great rental yields. Very similar to the Sydney western suburbs some 10 years ago. And now that it's right, it's the present moment, it's the current moment. So you've got to do something today. It's a matter of taking the next step. It doesn't mean you take unnecessary risks. You want to take risks, but you want to calculate your risks. And this is why you want to use professional companies who've got a network of teams who are currently in business, who do this day in, day out.